Hello everybody! How do you do? Today I'm writing a script. Nasty Goblins by yours truly. My name is Ted. I'm just a working class business owner in a small town, Rockville. It's a white bread town where everyone knows each other. I'm 30 years old. Married with an infant son. I'm a no-nonsense kind of guy. I'm not the superstitious type, but a recent situation has changed my perspective forever. The extraordinary situation me and my employees found ourselves in started on a mundane day. I got up for work. My wife Alice greeted me with breakfast. I was 29 when I married her, and she was 19. How you doing, Krista? And now I'm 30 years old, and she's now 20 years old. She's still as pretty. She's still a pretty. Right. See, I got to proofread a lot of this. Sometimes you. The best thing about I'm using. For those who don't know, I'm using Google Docs. Very similar to Adobe. She's still. Okay. She's still as pretty as the day I married her. With her light red hair. I'm a muscular guy with blonde hair and blue eyes. We now have an infant son, Jason. He looks a lot like me and giggles all the time. Everything is funny to him. I somewhat understand why. I somewhat understand why, because the world is new to him. I ate breakfast and my wife kissed me goodbye. That's with capital letters, Nasty Goblins, yeah. Kissed me goodbye. I drove to my machine/blacksmith shop in my pickup truck, listening to 90s rock. On my way to the shop, my workers and friends were waiting for me to open the door. There were 10 of us who worked there. Jack is a 25-year-old with an Asian girlfriend who likes to go bull riding on weekends. A really tough guy. He likes to do exciting things and not just rodeo. Motorcycles, fast cars, boxing. He lives for it. But he also is a hard-working man who shows up on time. His girlfriend is named Lisa Yan. Her family moved in a few years back. She has an attraction to white guys. Hello, Carlos. John is the opposite, the strong, silent type. He's also 6 feet tall, brawny with dark hair. He gets the job done. His girlfriend is a pretty blonde with a big high-pitched. Wait, let me get that. His girlfriend is John is the opposite, the strong, silent type. He's also 6 feet tall, brawny with dark hair. He gets the job done. His girlfriend is a pretty blonde with a high-pitched voice. I don't know how he puts up with her. Maybe it's because he has 2 daughters with her. Thank you. Now, what I'm doing in the stream is very simple. You're seeing me in the process of writing the script for Nasty Goblins. Now, I'm doing this on a Google Docs. It's very similar to Adobe Reader. Fuck Hollywood, Placidity. Hollywood. If I was going to Hollywood, I wouldn't even be allowed a foot in the door into Hollywood. They don't really like white guys, not anymore. They don't really hire white guys. So I say, fuck Hollywood. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna build my own film industry in my own town, where I live. Fuck them. I've never been to Hollywood, and I ain't gonna make no movie in Hollywood. Then there's Gary, a short, muscular guy with a great sense of humor. Works hard, but is always cracking us up. With his jokes. Okay. He has a chubby wife and 3 sons. Her name is Sally. She's an easygoing gal who's a good cook. Andrew is a very clever young guy who strives to become an engineer. And is on his way and is in a university STEM class. Okay, and oh man, this is turn that up a little bit. And is in university STEM classes and is close to getting his engineering degree. Now, I'm going to show you this to you. I'll show you this, what I'm doing. This is my PDF. This is the script. This is where the magic happens. There we go. Let's see, I got, oh. No, Meg Makarov, no. But if you get disrespectful, have you ever been booted from a stream before? Don't get rude, man. Don't get rude. Don't troll. I don't tolerate that shit here. I hope you know. There's rules here. Hello, Darwin. Okay. And is close to getting his engineering degree. He's a sandy blonde. Sorry. He has sandy blonde hair and is built like a kickboxer. He helps fix our machines and has built gadgets that had made my business run more smoothly. He's been worth his weight in gold. He has no girlfriend because he's busy working hard on getting his degree. Ryan, our blacksmith in the shop. Ryan, our blacksmith in the shop, and he's a great guy, but he's a bit of a hothead. Uh, he and his wife are into paranormal stories in their spare time. His wife has his exact personality. Personality with a short. They both have short tempers. I'm writing it down. Short fuses. Short tempers. Okay. Okay, that was we got Jack. Taz, I think it's time for you to go. Hello, Parasola. Yeah, I tell you what. Okay. Anyway, I'm working on the script for Nasty Goblins. His wife has the exact. They both have short tempers. Now I gotta go up. There's Now right now I proofread it. I basically got rid of all the imperfections in the script. I edited it. Now I'm going to add some more stuff to the script. You're going to see me in the writing process. Now, it has to be 10 guys, so I have to come up with a new character. You know? Okay. Well, Dave, that was trolling, okay? Dave, Cheesy Soggy has to go. I think it's time for you to go, Cheesy Soggy. Dave, do the moderator thing. Get ready. Oh, why should I stop? Smoke Dink, how you doing? All right. Well, this is about the, okay. Now, I think I've come up with let's see, how many characters have I come up with so far? Now I got to come up with a new character. It's part of the writing process, because I have to have 10 working class white guys. I have a new character in mind, Barry. A guy named Barry, okay? Yes, Barry. Never been married. Krishnara. You know what I mean? Okay. Alright, then there's Barry. Okay. And Barry Barry's a hard worker. Barry works hard. He's new to the job and is learning. Barry is new to the job and is learning as he goes. Is learning and is being trained and is getting on the job training. He's a deeply religious man. He's a deeply religious man. There he is. Exactly. Well, Barry is actually a name. It's basically a name that you can pick out the hat. Barry is a deeply religious man. And his wife is named Elizabeth. His wife is named Elizabeth. They attend church every Sunday. There we go. Barry. Well, we're seeing it. Okay, we got Ted, Jack, Gary, Ted, Jack, Gary, Andrew, I think it was John, the big tall guy. And now we got Barry. That makes 5, I think it is. 5. We just need to get the other 10 characters. And then I can start describing the shop and things like that. So you got to bring in all the characters. Gary, Barry, and Andrew, and John. Exactly. We got 5 now. We got 5 characters. 5 working class white men, but we need the other 10 to really get the roster, to bring up the roster for this team. You know what I mean? You know? So I got to come up with 5 more characters. But my mind comes up with it. It's a stereotypical name. How about Bill? Bill. A guy named Bill. Barry. Hey Dave, please see Bob Ross out the door. You disgusting bastard. Okay. The roster. Yeah, I get you. Then there's Bill. Then there's Bill. Then there's Bill. He likes his job because he likes work. A bearded man. A bearded man with dark brown, with light brown hair. With light brown hair. He looks like Grizzly Adams. And loves working with his hands. And loves working with his hands. Well, thank you, Parasola. How you doing? I'm writing a story. Vargas. Loves working with his hands. With his hands. And is a very happy-go-lucky guy. Happy-go-lucky guy. And is a very happy-go-lucky guy. Hello, Edward. You just caught me in the middle of writing the script and proofreading it for Nasty Goblins. That's not true, technician. You just gotta pray to him and basically accept him in your heart and believe unto him. Oh, well, Bill comes to mind as a character kind of like Grizzly Adams, except in the modern day, he's a machinist. He likes to build things with his hands. A very jovial fella, very into nature. Um, very kind of folky kind of guy. You know what I mean? Yes, hit that like button. Um, you know. Hmm. Him and his him and his wife. His wife. Him and his wife. Okay, name for his wife. Him and his wife. Kelly. How about that? Kelly lived in the mountains. The mountains of our town. Mountains of Rockville. With no electricity or running water. Or running water. There we go. That would make 6. Very funny, Dave. Anyway. I love the fact that I can proof he and his wife. See, I can always proofread this stuff. Alright. We got 6 characters. We got... Okay, no, wait. Okay, we had... Okay, the 5. Then we got Barry and Bill. 5, 6, 7. We got 7. 7 characters. 7 working class men. Mm-hmm. 7. Yeah. Alright, now I gotta come up with a new character. A new guy. It's gotta be a white guy name, too. Perhaps a Scottish name. William. How about William? Paul. That name has a bad connotation for me. I had a so-called counselor named Paul in high school, and I hated his fucking guts. So I never want to use that name. Ugh. You know what I mean? Why not? Okay. So we'll go with Tucker. How about Tucker? You know, for a small town, Hunter would be a much better name. Hunter. Okay. I'll use them both. I'll use Tucker and Hunter, since I got more characters to fill out the roster. Okay, we'll start with Hunter. Hunter. Hunter lives up to his name. He loves hunting. He loves hunting and fishing. And fishing on weekends. Hunter lives up to his name. Already did that one, Buff Carrot. Already did that one. Anyway. Hunter lives up to his name. He loves hunting and fishing on weekends, but works hard in the shop. But works hard in the shop. He's the Ted Nugent of our grid. He's the Ted Nugent of our. Nugent of our community. Now we'll go with Tucker. Angus is a good one, and Angus is a good one. Okay. Okay, what's the count so far? We got to get up to 10. What's the count so far? Now we got now we're going to do Tucker. Tucker. I'm sorry to hear that about LC. I'm sorry. I gotta fix that. I'll see what I can do with Dave. Okay? Yeah. Oh, hell no. I'm not going to name anyone Alistair. You know what I mean? That sounds like that occultist. That's not a good... That's Crowley. That's Alistair Crowley. No. That's a bad combination. No, no, no. No, LC. They're based on folklore. It's a monster movie, pretty much. Now, Wyatt, that could work. Tucker is a is a bit of a bookworm. Is a bit of a bookworm. Is a bit of a bookworm. In the age of the internet. In the age of the internet. Of the internet. I think he was born in the wrong era. I do believe he was born in the wrong era. I sometimes believe he was born in the wrong era. I will. Don't worry, I get it. Right now, I'm fleshing out the characters. I'm writing a script here. Okay? I'm writing a script. I'm not writing a book. Now, if I was writing a book, it would be different. You know what I mean? He's born in the wrong era. He's skinny. He's a skinny guy. He's a skinny blonde-haired guy. He's a blonde-haired man like myself, but he's a like myself, but sometimes he was. Oh yeah. Sometimes I think he was born there, but he's a skinny. But he's skinny. And wears glasses. There we go. Gunner. Laptop, decent guy. Alright. We got something good. Okay, how many characters do we got? What we got to count, okay? Okay, we got Ted, Jack, John, Andrew, Gary. What's the count? I forget the count. Anybody still counting? Okay. I'll have to flesh this out. You always got to keep count. Sometimes you lose count. on the characters you're making. Okay, let's see. Got the full 5, 6, 7. Make sure to help me keep my count here. I'm glad you like the ideas. Yeah, the count. Counting the names. Like I gotta have 10 characters in this shop. 10. 10 men, 10 working class white men. I don't want to go over count. You know what I mean? Okay, I know I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think, yeah. 9. So I got one more. One. Why don't I add an Italian character, like an Italian-American character that moved? Oh, that'd be a good idea. How about Tony? Tony! There's a good idea. You know, why don't I add some little bit more, you know, an Italian character. Tony. Good idea. That's a woman's name, Parasola. I know. So, the last character I guess I can write is Tony. I think Tony is a good... Tony. Tony is from Jersey. Moved here to escape the crime in his area. No. Not Tony Soprano. Well, let's call him Anthony. Anthony, how about that? He's not mafia connected. Tony is from... No, how about Anthony? We'll call him Anthony. How about that? Anthony. From Jersey, originally. Originally. Babylon. I have what? Dave is Italian, and he's my friend. So why not? What do you think, Dave? You think I'm adding a good character? Alright, I'm going to add one character, and this was my idea, to add one character that's kind of like the odd man out in the town, you know. I've added a lot of chicks, Elijah, but not to the team. I know you like this one. Alright, Dave. Anthony is originally from Jersey. He moved here to escape the crime. He moved here to escape the crime and so he to escape the crime. crime of where he escaped the crime. To escape the crime. The crime rates of his, to escape the rising crime rates of his old neighborhood. Of his old neighborhood. Do it. None. Absolutely none. He says in his old town he had no right to own a firearm. Firearms. He told me in his old state he had no right to own a firearm. He likes it here. He likes it in PA better. He had no right to defend himself. His old state. He couldn't even own. He was restricted from owning a gun. To protect himself. Owning any weapon to protect himself. Any weapon to protect himself. My 18. And in PA, he can own a gun. And that doesn't have to. And in PA, he can own a gun. Has the right to protect himself. Has a right of self-defense. And has the right of self-defense. I'll get to that, Parasola. There will be a king and a queen, by the way. He's an experienced machinist. He's an experienced machinist. And good at his job. At his job. Chemical. Maybe, Sherry, maybe. And good at his job. He brought his wife, He brought his wife and his wife Gloria and his 2 daughters with him to Rockville. He brought his wife Gloria, and his 2 daughters. To Rockville. With him. Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a good guy with a hard. He's a good guy with a tough with a tough exterior. There we go. Now that fills up my team. I don't know. I am using my words, roving Ronin. Okay. Now that we got the roster. Now that we got the roster of the heroes here. These working class heroes. A decent guy. These are our main characters here. Working class white men with families to think about. Okay. Now, just because it was suggested to me, I'm going to describe the shop. My shop is a converted. My machine shop is a. Used to be a gas station. Sorry, it used to be a mechanics. Used to be a an auto mechanics. Used to be. My machine shop used to be an auto mechanics dealership. An auto mechanics shop. Converted by yours truly. The garage and other areas were converted to was converted to a machine shop. Was converted to a might be a good idea. Was converted to a machine shop / blacksmithing, to a machine / blacksmithing shop. By yours, by me. by me when I started my business. When I started my, when I was just starting out. When I was just starting out. I'm now a very prominent businessman in my town. Elijah. Okay. All right. All right. And now, I'm a prominent businessman. Prominent. Businessman. Oh, sorry. And now, I'm a prominent businessman in my community. I was thinking more of an olive green, a darker shade of green parasol, a mix between olive green and like a pine green. You know, like a dark goblin. Very funny, Elijah. Well, businessman in my community. I talked to the mayor and the sheriff. I know the mayor and the sheriff and the sheriff. Okay. Not really. Nothing but white people in this story, Prinnies. Blue. They bleed blue. They got copper for blood. They're copper-based blood. It's not iron. It's copper. Copper-based blood. Hello, Mr. Bojangles. All right, all right. Very funny, decent guy. The goblins are evil. They're bad. Okay. Well, you see it. We got our cast of characters here. Underneath the earth, in deep caves, LC. According to the folklore. And by the way, every culture has seen goblins. They have the same folklore about goblins. They have different names for them, but they always describe them in a similar way. Short, green skin, long beaky nose, like very, like, you know, like long pointy ears, claws, yellow eyes, sharp teeth, sharp pointy teeth. Basically, and they live deep underground. So there's a common thread here. So I'm basing this on the folklore, for the goblin folklore. So okay, now we got the roster. The workday was just like any other workday. Was just like any other workday. Any other workday. We machined, we filled out orders. We machined parts. And filled out orders. We all worked in our individual stations. Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to get a bike. Pretty soon. It's gonna be a Huffy. It's gonna be black. I have to get into shape, and this time around, I'm gonna get a big old kettlebell to weigh it down, and a chain with the bike lock. Yes, my bike was stolen last fall from my backyard. This time, I'm gonna get a kettlebell. It's gonna be heavy. I'm gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be around $200 to $300. Okay. Very funny, Elijah. In our stations, and everything went smoothly. And everything went smoothly. Okay. I'll get two 50-pounders. How about that? 2 50-pounders. How about that? Not an e-bike. I need to get a regular mountain bike so I can actually trim the fat. Alright, we got some good things going. Okay. After the day was done, After the day was done, we all shook hands. The day was done, we all shook hands. We all shook hands, got in our vehicles. We all shook hands, got in our vehicles, and went home. And rode home. I think it was just a bunch of Lakeside kids that did it, trailer park kids that stole it. I don't know if it was meth, but no, Elsie. I didn't know it at the time, but something very strange was waiting for me when I got home. But something strange was waiting for me. But something life-changing was waiting for me when I was waiting for me. Was waiting for me. All right. Okay. Bike thieves, yeah. All right. Now this is something good. When I got home, it didn't feel much different. When I got home, my wife greeted me with the baby. With my little baby boy. Greeted me with my baby boy. With my baby boy in her arms. My wife has the prettiest green eyes. The prettiest green eyes. Green eyes. What do you think? No, the baby wasn't crying. My son was happy to see me. and just giggling. And just giggling. No, I'm not, Spartan. Exactly, exactly. Could be a possibility. But I think at this point, he's tired. Giggling. All right, there we go. Yeah. I'm writing a movie script. I'm not writing the greatest novel ever written. So. Okay. My wife kissed me. We had dinner. She had dinner waiting. For me. Okay. All right. It was lasagna. One of my favorites. Lasagna. It was lasagna. No, putty cat. Okay. No, I don't. No, I don't, putty cat. Oh boy, getting married today is just crazy. Yeah, when they take. Nah, it was good lasagna. Good lasagna. And it was delicious. Was delicious. Delicious. And it was delicious. It was lasagna and it was delicious. Okay, we're doing this right. Yeah, get rid of it. Okay. Let's see what else we got to do here with this little thing. I'm ignoring it. Well, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm getting a bicycle, dickhead. Sorry, Amy. Yes, well, um, when we settled in for the night, when we settled to bed for the night. Yeah, exactly. Don't give a shit, Amy. Okay, when we settled, when we settled, when we settled down for the night, when we settled down for the night, is when it started. Is when everything changed. Everything changed. When we settled down for the night is when everything changed. That has to be earned, Cure. You have to earn the moderator. Well, Amy, I think it's time for you to go. Time to go, Amy. Okay. I don't have to force you. I got my moderators to do that for me. Moderators, deal with Amy. Get rid of her. Oh, if my moderators aren't going to do it, I guess I'm going to do it. Bye, Amy. Goodbye. Anyway, we got it. Okay. When we settled down for the night is when everything changed. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know what me and my wife I'm getting to it. I'm getting into it. I've had this story in my head for years, and I'm writing it down. So, this is my mind. Me and my wife... Sorry. My wife were sleeping, and my wife were in bed. And she was sleeping. And she was sleeping. I was halfway. Oh man, get the hell out of here. And she was sleeping. I was halfway asleep. Was halfway asleep. Well, I'm sorry. I'm writing it down, put my mind and thoughts down, decent guy. Give emotion, you know. I'll give it a little emotion when I read it out later on. Don't worry about that. I gotta think it up. I'm thinking. That's my thinking voice. My imagination voice. I was halfway asleep. And my son was in his room. And my son and my infant son thinking. And my infant son was in a nearby. It was in his room. Sleeping in his crib. Iron. Sleeping in his crib. I heard a strange but faint sound coming from his room. But I heard a strange but faint sound coming from my coming from my son's room. But I heard a strange but faint sound coming from my son's room. It almost sounded like a rodent. sounded like a rodent. A rodent. A rodent and a swine mixed with a pig. Yeah. Sounded like a rodent mixed with a pig. I was thinking that a raccoon could have broke. So a raccoon broke into my son's room. Into my son's room. I got so I got up. So I got up and and picked up an iron poker from our fake fireplace. An iron poker from our fake fireplace. Alright, we're getting something there. From our fake fireplace. An iron poker from our fake fireplace. From our fake fireplace. How you doing, Duke? Hello, Bryce. Okay. From our fake fireplace. I went into the room. I walked down the hallway. I creeped down the hallway. Exercise, Duke. exercise. I creep down the hallway and open the door. To my son's room. Turned on the lights quickly. Exactly, Duke. Turned on the lights quickly. But I didn't find a raccoon. I found something worse. I didn't find a raccoon. I found something far more terrifying. More strange, actually it's more strange and terrifying. And terrifying. Far more strange and terrifying. 20 little green things. Little green things. Green, nasty, smelly, nasty, stinky. Little guys with sharp teeth. Teeth, yellow eyes. Not exactly. They're fast, but they're not jacked, decent guy. Smelly, nasty, stinky. Yeah. Little guys with sharp teeth, yellow eyes, long beaky noses. Long beak noses. Okay. With long beaky noses and long pointy ears. They were surprised to see me, as I was to them. As I was to see them. As I was to see them. They were trying to get in my son's crib. To get in my son's crib. And I wasn't having that. And I wasn't having that. And I wasn't having that. So, and I wasn't going to let that happen. I wasn't going to let that happen. Thank you, Duke. Thank you. Well, thank you, Painted Prepper. I'm actually writing a script. I'm writing a film script. It's called Nasty Goblins. And I'm actually finishing the first act of this film script. It's quite relaxing. It's oh, there are several. Texas, some parts of Texas, PA. I would say, you know, like Oklahoma, Idaho. North Carolina, South Carolina. Yeah. Not MD. It's not the best place, decent guy. Anyway. All right. Well. I'll do that, Dave. I'll do that. Okay. So I pulled out my poker and said, you better get the hell out of here. So I had my poker and I said, "You ain't going there." So I yelled, "Get away from my son." I yelled at them. Well, I'm part of different communities. Michelle Marie Delaney, nice person, bit weird. Painted prepper. I'm in different communities, I can tell you, and right now I'm working on a script. Okay. You know what a poker is, right? It's a fire poker, an iron. It's a fire poker. For all chimneys and stuff like that. For God's sake, what shit is. I'll do that, but I have to recharge before I join that live stream. I gotta recharge my phone, Dave. Give me some time to recharge it. Finish up on. It's been a great stream. God bless everybody. All glory goes to God. Have a nice day. As you can see, I've worked on the script. Welcome, Painted Prepper. I'm working on a great movie called Nasty Goblins. You're gonna love it. Thank you, SAS Bravo. I'll do a rewrite, okay? We're just doing a script here. All right. God bless you. All glory goes to God. Amen. Have a nice day.